Hey everybody, welcome to Lessons with Troy. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, today's lesson is for the C6 lap steel. I got my Asher 8 string here, but let's just focus on strings 6 through 1, C, E, G, A, C, E. And I'm calling this country double stops, but it's really just a study in double stops, and the positions where they are and kind of how I think about them. So let's go ahead and jump on into this. First of all, what is a double stop? A double stop is just playing two notes, two strings, right? Fiddle does double stops, guitar, but we're just thinking about little two-note partial chords and just little two-note intervals. So the first step is everything's going to be in the key of C in this lesson, which means it's going to be totally movable. So what I really want to teach you is how to initially start thinking about these shapes so that you can immediately start moving them into other keys and you're not doing a whole lot of thinking about it, right? So the first three measures here, measures 1, 2, and 3, we're just really getting our root position down. So this first one is just double stops and I'm playing, let me just go ahead and play it. Measure 1 sounds like this. That slant. We'll be doing lots of slants in this lesson, so. Okay, so this is on your 12th fret. Keep in mind we're in the key of C, right? 12th fret could be the same as open as well. If we wanted to. If we wanted to do that open, that would work as well. We just need to use the exact same spacing that we are doing on the 12th fret up all the way up to our 20th and 21st fret. So what we're doing here is we're really locking in our root position 1, 4, 5, and that's what all these double stops are going to be. They're going to be different places to find your 1, 4, and 5 double stops, so that when you're playing country music, you can easily slide in to a double stop. Right? And know where you're at as far as your 1, 4, and 5 chords are. And what I want you to immediately start doing is start picturing, okay, well, here's my root position chord, and here's my 4 and my 5 chord. So when I move it to a different key, the whole fretboard moves with it, and you just got to keep in mind where your 1, 4, and 5 chord is in that key. And the best way to do that, if you don't want to think a whole lot of music theory, is just keep the spacing all the same, right? Whereas here's your C root note, here's your F root note, meaning here's F, the note F, on our 6th string, 5th fret, 6th string, 7th fret is G. So as we learn these different patterns and positions, keep in mind where they lay in relation to your root position 1, 4, and 5 chord. And I'll try to help you with that too. So in measure 1, we're just taking our thumb and index, and we're just playing 2 notes going up. And then when we get to our 2nd and 1st string, I use my thumb and middle finger. Okay, now check out what I'm doing with the palm blocking on my right hand. The idea is as soon as you pluck that, right, 6th and 5th string, thumb and index, when you go to your next one, basically right when you pluck it, that heel of your hand is coming down to mute out what you just played. And you end up kind of bouncing your hand like that just a little bit. So the trick is to pluck and mute at the same time, right? Pluck and mute. So your pluck is happening right when this part of your hand is touching the string. And then that way you have the least amount of space in between when you're muting and when you're plucking, and that'll make it sound a lot smoother. So we do that, right? 12, all the way up to each two strings, right? And that gives you a C6 chord that you're really playing over because of that A note there on your 3rd string. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move up and pluck that 15th fret right? There's 13, 14, 15, first string and third string. And then we're moving all the way up to a reverse slant on frets 20 and 20 on your first string, right? And then 21 on your fourth string. That's the notes C and E. So a good way to start with slants is try to play the note in tune. I do have a tuner going on here where I can see, right, get those notes individually in tune. Then try to work on getting that double stop reverse slant there. Now here's how I do my reverse slants. I know I've talked about this in the past, but I just take my thumb and middle finger and then I twist it and then lay my index back down. So that whole shape, right? Now let's move that whole shape that we did, right? 12. Move up 3 frets to your first and third string, but that's 3 frets from my root position here, right? And then I'm going to move up to, now how am I figuring out where this is? You know, this slant way up here. Well, the way I think about it, let's try it in open position, right? Let's say 12, 12, 12, you know, all the way up is the same as 0, 0, and then 15, right? That's 3 frets up from 12, so 3 frets up from open is my third fret, first string, third string. And then I go up to here for that reverse slant on 8 and 9. Now this isn't in your tablature. What I'm doing is I'm taking this octave of my C and I'm moving it down to open position, right? Keeping the shapes the same. But I wanted to show you where that reverse slant falls. Well, that falls right in front of this note here, is right in front of my 5 chord, my G chord there. There's G position, 7th fret. So you end up with that reverse slant on strings 1 and 4, 8th fret, 9th fret, and that's the same as way up here on 20 and 21. Get that in tune. Yeah, slants are tough. So anyway, so now we're going to take that whole shape and we're going to move it to our F position, right? Which means we're moving it starting instead of 12, we're starting on 5th fret. Okay, and then we move up 3 frets to our 8th fret, first string, third string. And now we're going to hit this reverse slant on fret 13 and 14. An easy way to envision that is that's just 1 fret in front of your 1 chord position, right? That reverse slant on strings 1 and 4. So we got, and that's your F position. Now let's slow way down and think about that. So we have C here on 12th fret, right? If I just move a reverse slant on my first string and 4th string, okay, then that's my F, that's an F position real close to my 1 chord, right? My 1 chord root position. Now I take that same shape then and I move it to my 5 chord on my 7th fret. It's the same shape, right? Move up 3 frets, first string, third string. And then I'm going to play on fret 15 and 16 with that reverse slant on strings 1 and 4. You can play it backwards too. Okay, so now how does that look in relation to my 1 chord position on 12th fret? Well, we knew that this was the 4 chord. We just learned that, right? On frets 13 and 14. You move that up 2 frets, and now you're on your 5 chord with a nice reverse slant there. So you got 1 chord here. Do a reverse slant on strings 1 and 4, 4 chord. Move that up 2 frets. We got our 5 chord position. Okay, so that's a good little exercise just to really lock in where your 1, 4, and your 5 chord positions are in double stops. 1 chord, or this isn't in the tab, but if you did it open. Ooh. Right, and then 4 chord, it's 5th fret starting. 5 chord. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on.